And here's like yet another example. Besides Vance and David Sachs, or not David Sachs, Bill Ackman, Elon Musk, all Snoop Dogg, all these people. This is Amber Rose, who is a rapper and model. I don't listen to a lot of rap music, so unfortunately I don't know fully who she is, but apparently she's relatively famous, and she's not what you would expect a typical Republican supporter to look like, right? Because number one, she's a woman of color. Number two, she's got like a big face tattoo, which is against like traditional values or whatever. At least it's against like the social conservatives, and she's pro-choice, which is against a lot of the majority of Republicans. But she spoke at the Republican National Convention. She was invited to speak there, and this is what her views were back in 2016, right? So she stated, when asked about Donald Trump, she stated, "He's just such an idiot. He's so weird. I really hope he's not president." But then in her speech, she says that she realized she was lied to by the media or by leftists or whatever, right? I know it's like kind of politically charged and people don't want to hear that, but this is just, I'm not saying that, right? Like it's her that's saying that. Like she basically, her reasoning was Trump is actually a great guy, and the left has been portraying this image of Trump that he's like a disgusting alt-right next Hitler type of person, and it just is not matching with reality, right? And I'm not sure if you guys saw the All In podcast interview. I know I shared the link with you guys, but it is a little bit long, so I can forgive you guys if you guys haven't watched it. But if you did watch the All In podcast interview, I think it was pretty shocking to me the way that like Trump reacted to questions. Like he seemed genuinely thoughtful and answered the questions in a way that I totally wasn't expecting. Because the image that I had of Trump in my head before that was that he is just like this bolstering idiot, this buffoon that just goes on stage and insults everyone he can and calls people names. But what I saw with the All In podcast interview was that he actually was really thoughtful and may I say even respectful, or at least mostly, right? And he was really coherent, which is not what can be said about Biden, who wouldn't even come on the show despite all of the podcast hosts inviting him. So yeah, I think that this is like a genuine kind of trend that's happening. And I'm not sure if Trump has gotten older and wiser, and he's like, I'm not sure if you've seen like Trump speak at public events lately, but I think he's toned down his rhetoric a lot as well. If you just compare his debate performance with Joe Biden that happened in June compared to like when Trump was debating Hillary Clinton in 2016, I would say that it's like completely different. And I think that a lot of people just had this like kind of image of Trump in their head that they can't really get past. But we're seeing some people kind of get past that kind of notion and changing their minds. And one last thing about this is David Sachs posted this tweet. It's a list of all the people that, at least, I don't know if they were all Democratic supporters before, but at least like all the people that are relatively famous that have publicly endorsed Trump. And of course, it includes Ben Horowitz, Bill Ackman, Elon Musk, like I said. Also, some names to note. I don't recognize all the names, by the way, but I recognize Peter Thiel, right, who's one of the co-founders of PayPal again, and Palantir, actually. And the Winklevoss twins, who's the founder of Gemini, like one of the earliest crypto exchanges. And who else? Palmer Luckey, who's the founder of Anduril, and believe we talked about Anduril at one point on this show in a previous episode. It's that like drone defense company, and yeah, like the other names I don't really recognize, but yeah, basically it's a lot of people that are endorsing Trump now.